Hello once again YouTube, Chris the Nightbringer here bringing you some StarMade new in Fleetworks, and today we're going to be taking a look at Rails. I'm not in a stable build of StarMade, I'm in the dev build, and I've been messing around a little bit. As you can see in front of you, I've got a nice ship. This is the Amarian Confessor. This is a tactical destroyer, and it is one of the more advanced ships that I have on the list of ships that I'm making. This thing transforms itself both visually and mechanically, like internally, mechanics-wise, in EVE Online, in order to achieve 3 different modes based around 3 different functions. The first one being speed, the second one being sniper mode, and the third one being defensive mode. And you can imagine, visually, the ship will do certain things when it changes from all these different modes. For example, in speed mode, all of the armor retracts. It comes in, these antenna-looking things fold up, this armor plate folds in, and I believe the engines, like, extend out or something. Antennas fold in. Then we have the defensive mode where all this armor extends out and stuff, and then the sniper mode where things like antennas, and I believe it's in sniper mode right now. I think this is what it looks like in sniper mode. I could be wrong, but I believe that's what it's supposed to look like. So, what have I done today? I messed around with Rails. This actually took a while to set up. It was kind of a pain in the ass, I'll be honest, learning this stuff for the first time. There was also a bug that was occurring with the wireless logic blocks, which prevented me from continuing, and I had to wait a while till that was fixed in the next step patch, and it was just complicated. It gets complicated, but at the same time, it's really awesome, and I cannot wait for this to be fully implemented in the game, because there are just so many ideas and so many cool things that you can do. Now, of course, you probably have seen other videos of people doing some pretty amazing shit already. Things like elevators, rotating bits and movie bits and up and down and sideways bits. It just gets crazy and awesome, and just go out there and check it out, because I'm sure you've already got an idea as to what you could do, but trust me, there's probably much more that we haven't thought of yet, and it's just great. What I am going to be showing you isn't anything spectacular. Figuring it out, though, is still kind of a bitch, because, you know, you're just learning how everything works. So, all these blocks with the number 4 on it, these are actually the wireless logic blocks. I have no idea what this texture actually is. I've never seen this texture before, and I have absolutely no idea as to what that block is supposed to be. I just don't remember seeing this texture on any of the blocks so far. It's a little strange. But basically, what we have is this. It's like a back and forth, like, toggle between turning the rails and extending them outward, and then turning the rails backwards and retracting all of the armor plates. Because right here, we have armor plates that extend on the length of this ship, right? So I set up this toggle. It's pretty simple, and actually I could show you how it's connected C and V wise by coming up here. Basically, this one is connected to all the other wireless logic that is connected to all of the other entities. These are all separate entities. They are all their own ship, so to speak. They have their own core, they have their own faction block. Hopefully we won't have to place a faction block on every single one of these objects. It would be nice if things like rail-based structures and not AI-based structures was, like, you know, factioned and stuff based on the parent ship. And, you know, if you removed it, maybe it lost its faction. Who knows? I don't know. It's just something to think about. Maybe we could control factions through an AI block if need be for turrets. But I don't think Rails really need their own faction block for every single one. I don't really know if that changes how Rails will interact with other players, you know, factions and whatnot when that comes into play. Haven't thought about that. Anyway, so we have this connected to this connected to this connected here, and this connected down, and this one is not connected to anything, but this one is connected to, like, everything else. And I think the only reason this one is here is because this needs to toggle back and forth on the first rail. And then the rest of these connect to their own entity, right? If I clicked on this with the C, and then I came down here and I clicked on one of these two with the V, then it would connect them. You can also use the marker beam to connect them, although, to be honest, I think I had better luck getting it to work with C and V. But you can use both the marker beam to like map out which one of these is connected to which one of the entities, or you could use CMV. So basically I have this same toggle setup on each of these rails, and I'll see if I can get down here and show you. There's this one goes into this, and this goes into that, and this goes into this, and this goes into that, and it goes back and forth. And basically if you press either one of these buttons, it will toggle, and it'll swap this so that the other one is off, so that it can be activated again, because right now these act like activation blocks, not buttons. If you press this, it will stay on until it's turned off. If you had a button, it would stay on for like half a second and then it would turn off, but that's not the case with these. And it also seems that you can use these directly next to these blocks in order to transfer the orientation to all of the connected rails. So, in order for you guys to see this better, I have set up this ship over here so that you can see all the rails extend out. It's a little messy, and of course I haven't painted it, but I did make it green so that you could more easily see it stick out against the gray hull there. And I must say, this type of stuff is really cool. This is like I said, this took a long time to figure out. You know, you gotta mess around and fiddle with it and figure out what works and what doesn't work. For example, all of the wedges, they will not slide against each other flush. They will not do that, which is why I had to put a space between. They will do it like they will go like half a block in and then they'll get stuck. So I had to separate them by a block worth of space. Hopefully in the future I won't have to worry about that, and I can make this even a more smoother design. But so far, this type of stuff is really awesome. In the future, I'm hoping that we can rotate and switch the directions of rotation with the rotating blocks that we have on the rails. I'm hoping we can switch the direction of rotation at command, because if we can do that, then a lot more stuff is possible. We can have swiveling doors that rotate on command. We can have all these antenna pieces. We'll be able to stick out and move about on command, just as I hope I can do with these pieces, because that's what they do, and I don't want to only accomplish this little bit of the features of this ship. And aside from my personal interests, you know, I expect a lot of people to come up with some pretty sweet stuff. And I've just been messing around, really, with everything else. What am I in? Why can't I move? Uh-oh. It looks like I was stuck on an invisible block. So we have this, right? And I'm pretty sure if I put down an activation block on top of this, connect it, and then turn it on, it'll endlessly go. So that's how you get automatically rotating things. I've been told if you connect more than one, it changes the speed? Ooh, that stopped it. Okay. I have no idea. And now it's continuously going, and the reason is because this is like constantly sending a signal, I guess. It's supposed to send a signal when something moves on the rail block, and I believe all the rail blocks do that. I could be wrong. But there you have it. Rotating bits. You can also use, and I can just demonstrate this real quick. You can also use the turret rotation, the turret axis for this. If I connect this here, and then no? Does it have to be next to it? Huh. That's a little weird. I very distinctly recall this working last time. Alright, whatever. This one, the one when I had it set up, it just would rotate it 90 degrees only, and it would not continuously go. But I guess that's not the case. Let me turn this sideways. So yeah, that's what I've been up to with Rails. It's a slow process getting, you know, used to all this stuff and learning, but once you do, it's actually not that bad. It just, you know, it takes time. You have to do each of these connections manually. You can't control no, you can't Shift V and get all of them at once, so that took a while. And you know, if you had to replace a single wireless logic block, you had to do it all over again, so that was annoying. But it's fun, and I cannot wait to see what people come up with. I cannot wait to do my own thing with this, because, like I said, this is really sweet. It's just so freaking cool. Look at that, look at that, it's freaking moving. Freaking retractable armor on the Amarian Confessor. I never thought that this would be possible, and it is, and I'm really happy about it. So, there you have it. I know I haven't been posting a lot this week. I've been pretty busy with, like, everything else, honestly. And it's not to say that I don't want to be posting. I really should be posting more, so I'm gonna try and post more of the Let's Play type of stuff, because that's honestly what you guys should be getting while I'm not posting or recording StarMade stuff. So I'll be getting to that. I think the next ship that I'm going to try and finish is going to be the Venture, because it's the closest one to being finished, so maybe next week we'll get the Venture out, and you guys will be able to download that. I think that's the plan. I think. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more, leave your feedback down below, and I will see you all next time. I have on the list of ships that I'm making. This thing transforms itself both visually and mechanically, like internally, mechanics-wise, in EVE Online, in order to... Hello once again, YouTube. Chris the Nightbringer here, bringing you some StarMade new in Fleetworks, and today we're going to be taking a look at rails. I'm not in a stable build of Star changes from all these different modes. For example, in speed mode, all of the armor retracts. It comes in, these antenna-looking things fold up, this armor plate folds in, and I believe the engines, like, extend out or something. I'm in the dev build, and I've been messing around a little bit. As you can see in front of you, I've got a nice ship. This is the Amarian Confessor. This is a tactical destroyer, and it is one of the more advanced ships that achieve 3 different modes based around 3 different functions. The first one being speed, the second one being sniper mode, and the third one being defensive mode. And you can imagine, visually, the ship will do certain things when it